These are all the tools and utensils you'll be needing for this tasty dish. A plastic spoon for cooking, a knife for cutting, a spoon for stirring, a cutting board for cutting also, and a bowl, and a stove, and a pan, and a blender. Here's all of our food ingredients we'll be using for the lovely combination beef and bean burrito. Taco seasoning, garlic, salt and pepper for taste, can of pinto beans, a can of black beans, ground beef 70% lean, Colby Jack shredded cheese, sharp cheddar, and extra large tortillas. Here are all of our vegetable ingredients we'll be using for this lovely combination burrito dish. 1 lemon, 3 tomatoes, 3 sprigs of green onion, half a bouquet of cilantro, 2 avocados, and 3 yellow chilies. Hi there. Here we'll be chopping all of our vegetable ingredients. First we'll start off with the cilantro. We'll use our cutting knife for that. Chop off the excess on the back. Fine chop. And this will be used for garnish on top of our combination burrito and in our salsa mix. Put that in the bowl. And chilies will be last because they're hot. So we'll go to our green onions now. And make sure you thoroughly wash these after you get them from the market, like I did. Movie magic. Get these guys. There we go. Add to the bowl also. Let's clean up our plate, our cutting board here. Our tomatoes. 2 of our tomatoes, we are going to demembrane them. But this last one will be for the salsa, so we could use it wet. So let's give this chop real quick. Okay, these are for the salsa. Add them there. And then here's us demembraning it. Just give it a quick circle cut inside it. Pull it out. And get all this liquid excess out. So it'll be a dry tomato. And there we have it. We could use this for the salsa too, the excess. So we'll be demembraning these two. Almost done. And there is that. And here, we could put this in here. This excess juice will go for the salsa. It's gonna be good. Okay, now we need to cut our lemon. And it looks like it has seeds, so I didn't get lucky on the seed part. No seeds, so there is seeds, so we'll have to take out all the seeds so they don't get into the salsa. We can now move on to our avocados, then our chilies. You just half the avocado, give it a nice cut, and then take it right out. Little trick. That way didn't work exactly as I planned, but this next one I'll give it a shot and see if I can get it. Wait. It's not going. Usually works, but oh well. Don't disregard that trick. It was just a one-time fluke. Okay. Okay, there's the avocados. There's the avocados. And now we cut our chilies. We really don't have to... Well, we're going to demembrane one of them. Wait, demembrane two. Demembrane two and leave the seeds in the other one for the hotness of the salsa. The guacamole salsa. So, just take it out with all the seeds. Like so. And add our half of a bunch of cilantro. All of our tomatoes from the one tomato with the membrane still in and juice, and our green onions. And now we're going to add our avocado. For that, all you do is get a spoon and just take out the whole inside. Like so. There's one. Take the excess. There's two. I think for this, oh no. For this dish, we'll be using one avocado in the salsa, and no wait, 1.5 avocados. We'll be using 1.5 avocados, and then putting our rest of our half of avocado into our burrito. For that, we just chop it in slices, like so. And leave it to the side, and then we pour in our lemon. 2 lemons. Okay, here's one. And here's another seed. They say to hold it upside down and squeeze, but I'm just going to go like this sideways. I'm living on the edge here. Okay. Now, we will get our 5 teaspoons of Louisiana original recipe hot sauce. Just open it up here. Take the cap off for this. Or 5 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we'll be adding our 1 with membrane still in and seeds for the hotness, yellow chili to the salsa. And last but not least is our salt and pepper. We're going to use 4 teaspoons of salt. Or 3 teaspoons of salt. And 3 teaspoons of pepper. And 3. I'll just eyeball mine. I have a good eyeball. And that's how that is going to be. So let's take out our excess for the burrito. This is our top garnish of cilantro. And now we will close the cap on our handy dandy blender. And now we're going to blend. It's pretty thick. This is a thick sauce that's going to go on top of it. Mix it up. Get it in there the right way. Keep mixing it. Lovely. Oh yeah. And there we are. We're just going to add it into our bowl. Oh yeah, this looks good. And here is our, take out the excess, our salsa guacamole dip. Looks very good. That's the good thing about being a cook. You get to taste your work before everyone else. Very good. Very good, very tasty. Avocado salsa dip. Yummy. And that concludes our salsa guacamole. sauce for our burrito. And then we add our garlic to the top of our guacamole salsa dip. This will go on top of our burrito inside it. Next up, we will be frying our hamburger meat for the combination burrito. This is going to be a very good burrito, trust me. You're going to want to make this. For that, we will be using 73% lean, 27% fat ground beef by Kroger. So, let's get started on that. We're going to put our ingredients into the frying pan on high. No oil, because hamburger has its own fat in it, so I'm just going to go with that. Take it from there. So you won't get overstuffed with more fatty oil after that. And there is our hamburger meat in the pan. Throw away discard the wrapper. And now we will fry our hamburger meat. And for our hamburger meat, we are going to put in our garlic, and we're going to put our garlic in our hamburger meat. 1 clove of garlic. And we could see our meat frying with garlic, salt, and pepper in it. No oil, because oil has, this hamburger has its own, hamburger meat has its own fat on it, so you really don't need oil. It makes its own oil. So go without the oil if you're cooking hamburger meat, or they'll just add extra pounds to you, and we don't want that. And we're gonna check on our hamburger meat and give it a, it's looking pretty good, and we'll give it a quick stir up. Quick stir up to the blend. We're gonna fry it, so it needs to get brown. I like it really dark brown, so I'm gonna keep it going. Some people just like it lightly cooked, but I like it fried, so I'm gonna keep it a little longer for mine. But it's up to you, you know. So just work with it when you do this dish. It's not an exact science here. Okay. So our hamburger's looking pretty good. Nice and brown. This is how you want it. Just like so. So I think it's done, so what we're going to do is set this to the side. And we'll just set it to the side. And here's a little trick. We didn't want to cook the taco meat with the taco seasoning pack together with it cooking. So what we're going to do is add 1/4 to 1/2 of the pack afterwards, so it has a different kind of flavor effect. So what we're going to do here, see, it's all cooked, and we're just going to lightly dust it with the pack of taco seasoning, 1/4 of a pack or so. And that's all. And then we mix it like so. Just give it a rough mix. I like having different seasonings in each bite with a lot or a little bit of taco seasoning mix. So yeah, that's a different way to do taco meat. It comes out tasting different because it doesn't cook with it. It's after it's cooked. So keep that in mind. You could do it however you want, but this is how I made mine. If you want my super combination burritos. And presume with our next pan for the beans. We're going to make refried beans. So what we're going to do is add the beans to the pot now. And here they are. And we're going to use black beans and pinto beans and mash them up and refry them for our burrito. So let's get started. So I take the lids off and proceed to pouring all of the whole can of pinto beans into the pot. But for our black beans, what we're going to do is pour all the juice into this can because we don't want it too watery. We don't have to pour it all, just enough to get most of that. And then we're going to pour that in there. And we're going to cook them for a little while. Incorporate them. And then we're going to proceed to refrying and mashing them down and refrying for our lovely burritos. You don't have to use this much. There's way more than enough here. But I'm going to use extra for tomorrow, so. There we go. And what we want to do is add pepper and salt for taste before we mash them down. So we put 5 teaspoons of pepper and 5 teaspoons of salt. Like so. Like so, and there you have it. And we'll proceed to our next step after cooked. So I've been mashing the beans down to refry them. And they're cooking on the pot. They're almost done. I don't like to mash them totally, so where you can't see the beans. I leave some beans in it because I like the taste of the bean whole too. So we'll just give it a quick mash. So it looks almost done, and that's all you do. And then we'll presume to our next step, adding all ingredients to our tortilla burrito combination style. Hamburger meat, 2 types of cheeses, Kobe Jack and sharp cheddar, and our vegetables, cilantro, tomato, yellow chili, outer yellow chili pills, and avocado salsa sauce. And now we'll half our tomatoes for inside of the burrito. Just chop them in half, and then give them another chop down the middle. All the chops. And proceed to do the same thing, and then we'll cut our yellow chilies. We just want to cut our yellow chilies in little long slices on each middle. And we will add those to the burrito. They're demembrated. Remember that. You got to take the seeds out. It's going to be super hot. So you don't want it to overpower with the hotness. So demembrane it, core it out, and then we'll just use the chili for flavor, the actual outside, and proceed to the next one to do the same thing. And then half of our avocados, take the peels off, like so. And there you go. First, we're going to use our extra large tortillas so we can have a big, huge burrito. Woo! And we're going to put that into our toaster for 3 minutes. Until warm. Okay, our tortilla is now done and we are prepared to add all of our ingredients to our lovely combination burrito. So first we're going to start off with beans. Just going to give it a nice amount of our black beans and pinto beans mixed. Okay, that's good. And now we're going to add our hamburger, which we need a lot of it because it's a combination burrito. So here we go. This makes 2 big burritos. Like so. A little for me. Next is our cheese. Kobe Jack. A lot. I love a lot of cheese. So I want it nice and gooey. And our sharp cheddar over the top. Woo! This is going to be a burrito fit for a king. There's that. And now what we're going to do is add our cilantro. And 2 avocado chunks. Yellow chilies. Tomatoes. And our super awesome guacamole sauce. Guacamole jalapeno sauce. Very good. Right like that in the middle. And what we do is we get it, we wrap it, and we proceed in rolling it. Wow. Look at this monster burrito. This is a big time one. Super duper huge. It's about a foot. What do you think? So here's our burrito. It's super big and it's going to be very good. We'll proceed in taking a huge bite out of it. Super huge. You might want to eat it with a fork. But I'm going to take a big, huge bite. Very tasty. A burrito fit for a king. I'm David, and you're cooking in my nook. Thanks for having me. And till next episode, take care.